Chosen one, listen. There's a faint vibration underneath everything, a steady rhythm that seems to echo through walls and air. It isn't thunder and it isn't danger. It's alignment. Something larger than your plans has started moving. Every delay you faced, every person who left, every sudden turn that felt like loss was really preparation for this movement. Now, the ground beneath your life trembles not from chaos, but from arrival. Purpose is mobilizing. The things you prayed for but thought forgotten are now marching toward you, step by step, like a well-trained army that never stopped moving. Each footfall represents a message finally delivered, a promise that refused to expire. The rhythm you feel in your chest is not anxiety. It's the synchronization of destiny with time. Look around. Even silence is different. The world seems to hold its breath because something precise is unfolding. The sound that approaches your door is not the noise of war, but the cadence of fulfillment. What is coming toward you carries order, not threat. It's the disciplined procession of every answered prayer finally finding your address. You are not under siege. You are being surrounded by purpose. They are not soldiers in armor or faces hidden behind helmets. The troops that march toward your life wear no uniforms of war. They move in silence, clothed in purpose, carrying not weapons but assignments. Each step they take is an answer that once seemed delayed. Each formation represents a pattern that was hidden until now. What you hear is the sound of things falling into place, the rhythm of timing catching up to destiny. These forces do not fight for victory. They move to establish order. Where chaos once ruled, they build structure. Where confusion lingered, they install clarity. Their discipline is peace, not violence. Every motion is exact, every movement deliberate, as if heaven itself rehearsed this approach for years before releasing it. You can sense their arrival in subtle ways. The sudden urge to organize your surroundings. The quiet push to let go of what feels heavy or stagnant. The awareness that old habits are no longer compatible with the energy coming in. These are not random impulses. They are the advanced signals of alignment. The army moves first within you before it reaches your doorstep. They're the unseen allies of change. Restoration is among them, wearing the insignia of hope. Reconciliation walks beside it, carrying the standard of peace. Renewal follows, planting seeds in every footprint they leave behind. Their commander is timing, and their banner reads, "It is time." So when you feel movement in your spirit, when ideas return and courage starts to bloom again, do not resist. The army has reached your neighborhood. What they bring is not battle, it's balance. The long-awaited correction of things that fell out of rhythm. They are not coming to take anything from you. They are coming to return everything that belongs to you. The movement you sense around you is not chaos pretending to be change. It's order disguised as motion. Every major shift in your life begins this way. First as confusion, then as correction. The universe doesn't send storms to destroy what you've built. It sends wind to clear the dust so you can see the structure again. Every sound of marching, every unexpected change is a sound of mercy reorganizing the battlefield of your life. When life feels loud, it doesn't always mean something is wrong. Sometimes it means the next phase is arriving in full force. The noise you hear is the sound of purpose rearranging your surroundings, creating space for what belongs to you. And even though you may not understand the pace or direction, you are being positioned perfectly for what's next. Remember the old words. He will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. This isn't about supernatural spectacle. It's about reassurance. The same protection that guided you through past storms is now guiding what comes toward you. Those angels are the patterns of grace that intervene when logic can't. They are the invisible structure behind your safety, the quiet architecture of divine order. You are not a bystander in this march. You are part of the formation. The energy that's approaching your life is responding to your own alignment, your readiness to act differently, to see differently. The army of destiny only moves when the commander, that's you, gives the signal by choosing growth over comfort. If you can feel this movement in your own world, if these words feel less like a story and more like recognition, take a small step of agreement. It doesn't have to be loud. Just whisper, "I'm ready for order." And if you want to walk consciously with those who have made the same decision, to welcome alignment Instead of fearing it, you can take one symbolic action. Click join. Become part of the first chosen ones, the community of people who choose direction over drift. This isn't about belonging to a group. It's about declaring that you're done living in delay. The march has begun, and readiness is your uniform. Stand where you are, breathe deeply, and know that every sound you hear, every footstep of change, is coming closer to help, not to harm. The first signs never arrive as thunder. They come quietly, disguised as patterns in your ordinary days. You'll notice that your schedule begins to bend. Plans dissolve. New ones appear almost overnight. Conversations that once drained you start to fade away. People you haven't heard from in years suddenly reach out with clarity, not nostalgia. These are not coincidences. They are footsteps of the advancing order. When troops march, the earth adjusts under their rhythm. The same happens in your life. The routines that once felt comfortable begin to feel too small. You awake with a strange alertness, a sense that something is near. You may not have words for it yet, but your intuition will hum in sync with that invisible cadence. Some days it will feel like restlessness, other days like peace so strong it silences your thoughts. Both are the same signal. Transformation at the gate. Doors will open faster than you can knock. Opportunities that once seemed distant will appear in quick succession. The timing will almost feel suspicious, too perfect to explain, too natural to doubt. It's not luck. It's alignment catching up to its appointment. What's meant for you no longer needs an invitation. It already knows the way to your door. You might also feel a few endings at the same time. A project will close abruptly. A friendship might fade without conflict. Something familiar will stop asking for your attention. Don't panic. This is a sound of marching too. When one formation arrives, another must make space. The exit is not loss, it's logistics. Destiny moves with precision, not sentimentality. So when things begin shifting rapidly, breathe. Don't try to fix the rhythm. Listen to it. Don't mistake movement for instability. What you're hearing is the world rearranging itself around your next phase. Even obstacles will start behaving differently. The same challenges that used to exhaust you will now fold under your new awareness. Change is not warning you. It's welcoming you. The march has reached your street, and it's waiting for your permission to enter. The forces moving toward you are not here to take something away. They come to secure what was once fragile, to fortify what used to be uncertain. You are not the target of this movement. You are the reason for it. The troops that march toward your life represent everything you built in silence, finally receiving protection, acknowledgement, and structure. Their purpose is stability. They arrive to guard what you planted, to shield the progress that once felt vulnerable. Every piece of growth that you feared might be lost is now surrounded. Every dream that felt exposed to doubt is being reinforced. Think of this movement not as defense against an enemy, but as reinforcement for a mission. The universe doesn't send soldiers for decoration. It sends them when something worth protecting has begun to grow. Your home, your inner world, is not under siege. It's being designated as headquarters. Heaven, fate, alignment, whatever name you choose, is establishing your life as a center of operations. You will notice this in the way your peace becomes harder to disturb. The same chaos that once entered easily will now find a closed gate. You won't have to fight for calm. Calm will guard you on its own. There will be more discipline in your days. Not as burden, but as support. You'll feel inspired to wake earlier, speak more clearly, act more decisively. That's not random motivation. It's the command structure of destiny setting up camp in your behavior. The troops of purpose bring order wherever they rest. So if things feel heavier lately, it isn't pressure meant to crush you. It's foundation forming under your feet. The march that once sounded distant has arrived at your doorstep, not to disrupt your peace, but to anchor it. What's being built now will stand longer than anything that came before. When a great movement approaches, preparation becomes the highest form of respect. The troops that march toward your life will not enter chaos. They will wait until you clear the way. That is why this moment demands quiet organization. You don't have to change everything at once, but you must make room for what's coming. Start with your inner yard. Remove resentment like debris from the path. Old bitterness clutters the ground where new growth is meant to take root. Every grudge you release becomes space for order to land. The army of light does not march through anger, it marches through clarity. Then look at your surroundings. The small spaces of your life, your desk, your room, your routines, are mirrors of your readiness. When you restore them to calm, you send a signal that you're prepared for structure, not survival. Even cleaning can become a quiet prayer, a declaration that you expect purpose to visit. This is not about perfection, it's about presence. When destiny moves, it does not reward appearance. It responds to alignment. You don't have to look ready. You just have to be ready. And readiness feels like simplicity. It feels like knowing what to keep and what to let go. So tonight, before sleep, take a moment to clear something. A thought, a fear, a physical space. Do it without hesitation. The ground you prepare today becomes the path they'll march on tomorrow. It's easy to mistake movement around you for something happening to you. But this isn't invasion, it's recognition. The troops aren't coming to your house because you're a target. They're coming because you're the commander they report to. Everything that's shifting, every force now aligning, is responding to your authority. You are not waiting for orders. You are the reason the orders exist. For a long time, it may have felt like life was something you survived, a series of events you had to adapt to. But that story ends here. The march you hear is the sound of ownership returning. The foundation of your life is no longer a hiding place. It's a headquarters. You are not the one being rescued. You are the one being reinforced. Imagine standing at your own doorway, hearing the rhythm grow closer, realizing the soldiers are not strangers but extensions of your own purpose. They move as you move. When you act with clarity, they accelerate. When you pause in confusion, they wait. Every time you choose truth over fear, a new unit advances. This is what leadership in destiny feels like. Not control, but harmony with something greater that still responds to your choice. The universe trusts you with command because you've already proven endurance. Every hardship that didn't break you was a test of coordination. Every time you chose patience instead of despair, another rank fell into position. You thought you were fighting alone, but you were leading in silence. Now, the sound of marching is your own echo returning amplified. The troops move because you've moved. The house they march toward is not a place they're invading. It's their new base of operations. The moment you stop seeing yourself as a subject of destiny and start seeing yourself as its partner, everything begins to respond differently. You are not in danger. You are in command. When destiny begins to move, the body often feels it before the mind understands it. There's a subtle tension in the air, not the kind that signals danger, but anticipation. You might notice pressure in your chest, as if something within you is bracing for expansion. Your sleep may change. Nights that once felt heavy become strangely alive. You wake in the middle of the night without fear, aware that something invisible is adjusting around you. Sometimes the signs come through dreams, the rhythm of footsteps, the echo of drums, images of movement or armor. These aren't omens of war. They're reminders that protection is near. When your spirit starts sensing order before your eyes can see it, that's alignment in its earliest stage. You don't need to interpret every symbol. Just acknowledge the feeling. Safety approaching in motion. During the day, the signs are easier to overlook. You'll start feeling watched, not by threat, but by awareness. It's as if the world pays closer attention to you. Conversations line up. You think of someone and they call. Things you lost begin to reappear. Even delays start to make sense in hindsight. Everything carries a faint hum of orchestration. In your emotions, calm will arrive uninvited. Where you use a rush, you'll pause. Where you use a defend, you'll listen. That's the discipline of destiny settling in. You may even feel your energy sharpen. The desire to stand straighter, to speak clearer, to clean or plan or move. Follow that instinct. It's the physical response to spiritual order. And when the rhythm outside your life matches the rhythm inside, you'll know the troops have reached your door. Nothing will look dramatic. Peace rarely announces itself loudly, but you'll feel the stillness of structure, the sense that you are not alone, and yet completely safe. That's the sign. When movement no longer threatens you, because it finally belongs to you, chosen one. If these words resonate deeply, if you can feel the quiet certainty behind them, then this message is for you. The movement you've sensed isn't coincidence or imagination. It's confirmation. The alignment you've waited for is no longer distant. It's here, standing just beyond your threshold, waiting for your permission to enter. Now is the time to declare readiness. You don't need to shout it. Whispering it is enough. Say softly, "My house is ready for destiny." Let the words settle in your chest. Feel how your heartbeat answers back. Every affirmation spoken with intention sends a ripple through the unseen, a signal that the march has reached its destination. This declaration isn't a ritual. It's a response, a way of saying to the universe, "I understand what's happening, and I welcome it." The moment you do, you'll notice subtle shifts. The atmosphere lightens, opportunities seem to recognize you faster, and people begin to speak to you differently. Readiness has a sound, and the world hears it. If this message finds you at the exact moment you needed clarity, honor that timing. Mark it in some tangible way. Write it down, say it aloud, or if you wish, make a small symbolic gesture. Click Super Thanks and sow your $20 seed as your personal declaration. I open the gates for purpose. Not a superstition, but as a way of aligning belief with action. This is your signal to stand tall. The march is not something to observe. It's something to lead. Your readiness transforms movement into arrival. Whisper once more, "My house is ready for destiny." And this time, believe it completely. Now that readiness has been declared, it's time to maintain the space that destiny will inhabit. Preparation isn't a single act. It's a rhythm, a quiet discipline that keeps the ground clear for growth. When order arrives, it expects cooperation, not perfection, but awareness. Start by protecting your focus. The world will still try to pull your attention toward noise, urgency, and comparison. Don't let it. You cannot command alignment while distracted. Choose your priorities carefully and honor them. Every time you focus on what truly matters, you fortify your foundation. Next, cultivate consistency. The army of destiny does not march in bursts. It moves with steady cadence. Your habits are the drumbeat it follows. Wake at the same hour. Speak with the same integrity, whether or not anyone listens. Follow through on promises, even small ones. These actions seem simple, but they are signals, proof that your house remains in order. Keep gratitude near. The more you thank what has arrived, the faster new things align with it. Gratitude multiplies resources by clarifying their value. Say thank you for the smallest signs of progress. A peaceful morning, a kind word, a sudden idea. Each acknowledgement strengthens the bond between you and the forces working in your favor. Finally, hold yourself with calm confidence. You are no longer waiting for life to prove itself. Life is waiting for you to direct it. When tension appears, pause and breathe. Remember, pressure means expansion is happening. Order isn't built in silence. It's built in rhythm. Stand tall, move with purpose, and keep your surroundings, both inner and outer, clean. The march of destiny doesn't stop at your house. It begins there, and everything that happens next will echo from the stability you create today. Lord of order, keeper of time, the one who commands movement and meaning. We thank you for what is approaching, not for the noise, not for the change itself, but for the purpose behind it. We spent seasons in silence, wondering if the march we felt was real, if the rhythm beneath our feet was anything more than imagination. Now we know it was preparation. Every delay was a rehearsal for this moment. Every quiet year was groundwork for the arrival we hear now. We ask for courage to stay calm as the ground shifts, to see the difference between disruption and direction. When old doors close and new ones swing open, remind us that you never send confusion. You send reorganization. Let us welcome the movement with discipline, not fear. Let every footstep that nears our lives bring balance, strength, and restoration. Bless every home that waits in expectation. Let peace fill its rooms before any other sound. Let every life that reads these words feel the invisible presence of alignment, not an army of threat, but an assembly of purpose. Where there was exhaustion, let there be reinforcement. Where there was doubt, let there be clarity. Teach us to trust the timing of things, even when we can't explain it. For those who have waited long, grant recognition. For those who have worked quietly, grant visibility. And for those who feel unworthy of what's coming, remind them, this is not a reward, It's a continuation. Purpose isn't earned, it's answered. When the troops of destiny finally stand at our gates, may we have the wisdom to open the door. May we recognize them not as strangers, but as allies. May our words, our actions, and our hearts speak one clear command: welcome home. Let this arrival not end in applause, but in alignment. Let our homes become fortresses of peace, our routines the daily drills of grace. Let our rest be readiness and our movement be measured. Every sound, every step, every moment from this day forward will carry the tone of order. We seal this in gratitude, not fear. We acknowledge that what approaches is good, that what trembles beneath us is promise, not punishment. And as the march reaches our lives, we whisper the words that end the waiting. I am ready. Type amen to acknowledge that the march has reached your door. Click join to stand among the first chosen ones, those who no longer run from change, but lead it. Click super thanks to declare aloud: the troops have arrived and I am ready. And when silence returns after the sound fades, remember, the arrival wasn't outside, it was within. The march was never about footsteps in the distance. It was your own readiness growing louder until even heaven could hear it.